Hey guys, how's it going? It is April 10th, 6:56 p.m. here on the East Coast. Doing a vlog here at my school where my normal spot was taken today. It's been a little bit of a crazy day for me, but still trying to get these vlogs out as best as I can. Didn't get a chance to do a vlog yesterday, so I'll be putting two up today. The first one I'm going to be doing is on, um, just slipped my mind. It's going to be on acts of service, and this ties into the five love languages. So I like to say that I read that book a while back, and then kind of discovered some different things whenever it comes to people and their love languages and how they feel love. So I definitely suggest you read the book and then figure out your love language, communicate that to your significant other. That way, you guys can feel loved at all times. So my specific love language is quality time and physical touch. Those are my top two. For my wife, it's acts of service. So what makes her feel loved is when I do acts of service for her. So they could be simple things, they could be complicated things, but simple acts of service is kind of what makes my wife feel loved. So, with that being said, I decided to try something new, kind of as a recommendation from my mother as well, that kind of tied into her love language, and then I was connecting the dots after the talk. But I figured I'd give a try to doing acts of service. So, kind of the game plan here is to ask my wife what I can do for her on a daily basis. So, this could be anything that she wants me to do for that particular day. It could be a simple task, but it's pretty much I'll ask her if there's anything I can do for her that day. If there is, then I'll do it, and if there isn't, then she won't have any request. But that way, for me, the way I've tried to tackle the issue before to make sure that she feels loved is I would give the approach of how I would feel loved. So I would try to give quality time and then physically touch her, like hold her hand or caress her back, so little things like that, the things that made me feel loved. But they don't necessarily work for her. So for her, the acts of service thing, I used to, when I initially thought about it and had her take like the questionnaire to figure out her love language, I remember hers being acts of service. So I would kind of do things from time to time, like wash the dishes, give the baby a bath, and do certain things that I thought would be helpful. And some things she would notice, some she wouldn't. But if I brought it to her attention, it almost seemed like I was looking for some sort of acknowledgement, which I wasn't. I was just wanting her to feel loved. So I figured a different way to approach, and then after talking to my mom about it over the weekend, a different way to approach it is to simply ask her what I can do for her every single day, and that way she will feel loved. I think that'd be a good approach, and it would be something at her request that she wants me to do. So it's if I were to take the time to do something that I wanted to do for her, but not necessarily that she wanted me to do for her, then sometimes it goes against, not goes against, but it just goes unrecognized, unnoticed. So I figured this new approach might work well with trying to do, with trying to make her feel loved. So I definitely suggest you guys read that book, especially when it comes to if you're having complications in your love life with your significant other, getting to understand their love language and communicating with them effectively through their love language, I think really helps bring solidarity to any relationship. And knowing that love language will, and knowing how to engage it and attack it head on, not play a guessing game as to what might work, what won't work. Simply for me, simply asking a question every single day could help make her feel loved, and she knows mine as well. It's just it really depends on how you communicate that to each other. So that's going to be a new approach I'm taking. I just wanted to briefly touch on that for today's vlog and how it's a new approach I'm going to take. I'll be doing a follow-up vlog probably within a couple weeks, maybe a month, just to see how that particular approach worked for me and see if it had any change in bearing in our relationship or her feeling loved, I'm not making her aware. Well, I did kind of make her aware of it by telling her that I wanted to try to do this to make sure that she feels loved. In that way, if she feels loved, the relationship should be a little bit better, is the concluding statement to that. So, again, I suggest you guys try to figure it out. There's a simple questionnaire that could be, and I think you could find it anywhere online by just Googling 5 love languages questionnaire, so you can figure out your love language, figure out your significant other's love language, and then that way you guys can communicate it to each other, and it's no surprise how each one of you will feel loved, and you guys can work together to make each other feel loved and have a better, long-lasting, healthy, and happy relationship. So that'll be it for this first vlog. I'll be putting up a second one here shortly. I got class in about a half an hour, but I'll see if I can post these videos later on tonight. I do appreciate you guys watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and I will see you guys on the next one.